Alright, it's Tesla Canuck here. So today in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the Tesla version 9 software Dashcam, so the new feature that Tesla just enabled, and I'm going to compare the quality of that to a GoPro Hero6 Black. And just to kind of keep things a little bit on par, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the Hero Black to 1080p resolution instead of 4K. So this will be my first video in a while that's not 4K, but I'm just trying to level the playing field a bit with the camera and the new Dashcam feature that Tesla has enabled. Also, today's the first time I'm using while driving in the car, I'm using one of those lapel mics, so hopefully that's going to dramatically improve the quality of the audio for this video. So the reason why I chose today to do this is, as you can see, the weather conditions here are not great, and my theory is that any camera in good lighting conditions can produce pretty decent video. So I think the real challenge is going to be, what does it look like when the weather conditions are not ideal and the lighting conditions are kind of a little bit sucky, right? So that's what we're going to find out today. I mean, how good is the camera that is capturing the video for the Dashcam and Tesla version 9 software? We'll see. We know that the front-facing camera that's being used is the narrow camera, and we also know that that camera is pulling significant other duties. So it's just not capturing images. It's capturing images with the original intention, obviously, being of doing all of the calculations and whatever math that goes into the autopilot system. So it's not straight, camera capturing image, camera capturing image. So I think what Tesla has probably done is they've taken the data stream from that camera, they've kind of parsed out some type of video portion and is saving that stream to the USB key, which is plugged in right in here underneath where the smartphone cubby is, and so it saves that to the USB. And I took a look at a sample earlier. It looks like it's doing about 4,000 kilobits per second in terms of its bit rate. The resolution, if I recall, was a little bit weird. I want to say it was 1280 by 800 or something like that. So it's not full HD. The frame rate, though, in the sample that I did earlier, the frame rate was 39 frames per second. So anything higher than 30 is pretty good. So that piece might be okay. But I guess we'll have to see, is the image quality good enough? Can you read a license plate, which is one of the key things that you would want to do when you have a dash cam, just in case something happened. You want to make sure that you have a clear view and you can see what the license plate is on the vehicle. So we're going to test this all out. Now, one of the things that I'll point out, and I know there's been a lot of YouTube videos about version 9, so I'm not going to necessarily talk about autopilot in this video here today. I didn't see a lot of videos online specifically about the new Dashcam feature and the quality compared to a much higher quality camera. So that part hopefully is a little bit unique, and I want that to be my focus for this video. So one of the things that some of the things that I will draw to your attention is, you see this icon right here, this camera icon. So there's a little red dot there that tells you that the dash cam is on and that it's recording. In some of the videos that I did see that have been posted about the dash cam feature, some users were seeing a lot of dropped frames, particularly when the commits to the USB stick are happening. So that's the saves to the USB stick. So the videos that I saw were the Model X. So in the Model 3, I'm wondering if maybe it's a newer technology set, we're not going to see any of those drop frames. So that's going to be something to look for when I package this video together and post it. So other than that visual cue there that the dash cam is working, if you long press that button, it'll turn off the dash cam, or it'll pause the recording of the dash cam. You press it again, it'll start recording again. There's no way for you to actually go and play back the content of the USB stick on the Tesla screen here. So in order to see the footage, you've got to take the USB key or stick or whatever you're using out of the car and plug it into a PC of some sort in order to be able to grab the footage. It'd be nice if there was a way to transfer it wirelessly or something like that. Maybe as the feature evolves, there'll be additional functionality like that. So back to the weather conditions, you can see that it's very gray. The cloud ceiling is very low. It's almost like it's a fog, but you know, it's high enough off the ground that it's not really fog. But the lighting conditions are kind of similar. It's very gray. The rain is making it very difficult at times in terms of visibility, especially if you're behind a truck or something like that, and it's throwing up some additional spray at your car. So this will be a really great test, I think, to see whether or not the quality of the Tesla dashcam feature is actually usable. Excuse me. Still getting over that cold from last week. It was like kind of brutal. Completely knocked me out for a week, so I'm a little bit behind in making videos, and I actually missed all of the version 9 kind of launch videos, so it's probably no point in me going back and doing that unless there's something unique that I can tell you guys about it. So it looks like just about everybody has done that, so all the other YouTube vloggers. Alright, so at this point, I think I've captured enough footage, and I've talked to you about like things that I want to talk to you about the dash cam, and in a future video I'll go into more detail on certain parts of version 9 that I think need a double click. One of the things that I probably will talk about in a future video is, at least for the Model X, as you know, I also have a Model X which my wife drives. I did drive that on the weekend, version 9, and I did find that the autopilot was, in my opinion, it seemed to be a little bit of a step back from the previous version. It was a little bit jerky, a lot of micro corrections that you could actually feel. So I'm going to dive in, excuse me, I'm going to dive into that a little bit, and if there's anything of interest, I'll do a video about it. I'll see if the behavior is the same in the Model 3, and I'll do a compare and contrast on that. That might be my next video. Anyhow, excuse me, as always, thank you so much for watching my channel. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys again soon. Tesla Canuck, over and out.